Guys, welcome back to coding. So last time we have discussed about Python functions, that how do we declare functions in Python and how we can use as arguments or objects of function in Python. Basically it was a overview of how do we define functions and how we can present them. Now we have some various functions and other types also available in Python, like some dictionary functions, like how we can use list functions or all the other string functions. So today in this lesson we are going to learn about dictionaries, what are tuples and what are string functions. So guys, I hope you like my video. If you like my video, do like it and also share it with your friends and also subscribe to my channel. Coming to the very first topic, that is dictionaries. So whenever we are talking about dictionaries, basically in Python, it enables our integer keys to provide a range. Basically, what are the dictionary used? Dictionary are similar to the list that we use in Python. Like in list, we declare some words, and on that words we display the message or we can display that character. Similarly, when we are using dictionaries, the function is that in dictionaries we can use it with the help of square brackets, but these are used to give some keys to it. So basically we use dictionaries when the objects are immutable. So when we talk about immutable objects, what are basically immutable objects? Immutable objects are those objects which cannot be changed. Just understand with the help of an example that how do we use dictionaries, means how the keys are being used in a dictionary and how we can execute it. For example, here you can see I have provided in a Python shell some statements. I have defined a variable, say age. In age, what I am doing, I am using two names. First I have used Harshit, then I have used Harsh. In that two names, I have given after a colon two numbers, that is 22 and 24. That is specifying the age of that particular person. So what is this 22 and 24? This is basically the key of the variables that we have defined or the text that is in the variable. So when I will print the age of the first person, the age is displayed, that is 22. Then after that, when I will display the age of the second person age is displayed, that is 24. So basically dictionary works upon the immutable objects, that objects which are not available. So that are known as immutable objects that cannot be changed. So what we are doing, we are just defining some things and working upon them. So I have some functions also that are available in a dictionary. So when we are talking about dictionary function, basically the dictionary function enables us if we want to add a number to a existing dictionary or if we want to add a new dictionary or a dictionary with a key. For example, the basic purpose of a dictionary is similar to a simple dictionary. Like if we see something and we can get the particular meaning. Similarly, if we are using a dictionary, it will have some key. So for that, we are using a function. So when we are talking about using a function in dictionary, the first very thing is that we are using in Python shell is I have declared some numbers, I have defined some cube root. Then I have not declared the cube root of the fourth number. So what I am doing, when I am using cube 4 equals to 64, it will help me get the cube of the fourth number. Then I have used cube 5 equals to 125. So it will let me add one more dictionary in that particular keyword, that is cube. So as you can see in the desired output, till 3 cube 27 we were having the same. Then at 4 what we see, in place of not we are having a number that is 64. Then after that we have also added a new cube, that is the 5 cube, that is 125. So this way the first function of dictionary works, like adding a new value to it. The other kind of function that we can perform as a dictionary is the index value, whether to check that the function has some index or whether to check that the function index is present or whether the function index is not present. So basically when we want to check that function address is present, so what we will do, I am using here a Python shell program. I have written the cube of 1, then I have written the cube of 2, and then I have written the cube of 3. So in the print statement, what I am getting the cube of the number that is present at third index. So whenever I will get the index of that, so I'll get the desired output, that is 27. Then after that I have used a cube to get the value of index number 4. Here as you can see we have no index number 4, so it will return me a value that is a none value. So you can also perform a function in a dictionary to check whether a key is available in the dictionary or whether it is not available in a dictionary. For that, similar to the list statement, what we can do, we can use a in and a not in function within the dictionary. So here we have taken the same example defining the cubes. Then I am checking that whether 1 is in the cube. So you can see that 1 is available in the cube. So it will result a true value. Then I am checking whether 4 not in cube. Basically 4 not in cube means that 4 is not present in that particular keyword. So when I will check 4 not in cube, it will also return a value, because as you can see there is no key available for 4. So that's why we will get a value of true. For example, in case if I have written as 3 not in cube, so it could have returned me a value as false. So this is the basic purpose of functions that are available in a dictionary. More types that we have in Python is one, we have a tuple. So when we are talking about tuples are similar to lists, but these cannot be changed. So when we are talking about this cannot be changed means just we can assign some value. We cannot reassign a value, just we can define some values. The difference in between tuples and list is that tuples are defined using the parentheses. As you can see over here in the Python shell, what I have done, I have defined some words with the help of words like hello, hi, how are you in double quotes. So whenever I am using these words in parentheses and displaying it the words 1, so I am getting the result as hi, because the index value present at number 1 has a value as hi. Or even I can declare the tuples without using parentheses, which, like you can see over here, I have just defined it by separating with commas. So this way also I can declare Python tuples in which I just need to declare some value which cannot be changed. These are, we are discussing about functions. So next type of function that we have is a string function. So when we talk about string function is basically used to perform the activities upon a string. So basically we have various kinds of string function. First is a join function, second is a replace, then we have start with, end with, lower case, uppercase, opposite of join. Understand all these string functions with this code snippet. I have given all the string function in one code snippet so that it is easy to understand that how we are coding in string function. The first function is a join function. So as you can understand with the word join means to combine two strings together to make one single string. So here we are having hello and world, and then we have a user join. So you can see the output, it is converting to hello world. Next we have a print statement in which what I have used that I need to write hello in the place of Python and world. So what it will happen, wherever Python and world will be written, it will be replaced to hello. Third function that we have is a starts with function. Basically starts with function means it will either return me a value true or it will return me a value false based upon whether the thing is starting with or ending with. Basically start and end with function are used to return some value, whether it is a true value or whether it is a false value. So in this case what it is saying, this is a Python, this is Python, it is a statement. So it is writing that starts with this. So basically it is showing that it is starting with this, so it will return me a true value. Next that we have is a ends with. When I am talking about ends with, it should return me a value when it is ending with that particular word. So here I have defined the word and it is a single word. So it is ending with that word only. So that's why the result we are getting is a true value. Next kind of function that we are using is a uppercase and a lowercase. So when we are talking about uppercase and a lowercase, when I have written it as upper, so you can see that hello has converted all into the uppercase letter. When I am using the lowercase letter, then you can see that hello has converted to lowercase as it was already in lowercase. It is already in lowercase letters. So this is the function of uppercase and lowercase letters. Next function that we have in Python is a split function. So whenever we are talking about a split function, it is the opposite of the join function. So when we are talking about the split function, what is basically it is doing? It is joining the words, but it is splitting them. Like as you can see over here, hello is separated differently, world is separated differently, and Python is separated differently. And it is splitted by the thing that I have given in the double quotes after the split. I have given here comma, so it is splitting all the things within a comma. That's why what is the function of a split function? That it will split according to the thing that we have given in the function. The string functions, we also have some numeric functions. So when we are talking about numeric functions are like minimum, maximum, absolute value, sum of the value. These are some basic functions that we use in Python. While let us understand this with the help of a code snippet. Similar to a string function, I have also declared these functions in a particular one Python shell so that it is easy to understand and create a comparison between them. First function that we use is a minimum function. Basically, the minimum function is used to check the minimum value of the number of values given. Like here I am giving you a number of value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 and 0. So in this the minimum value is 0. So I am getting the output as 0. In the Python shell, what is the output? It is coming as 0. Next function that we have is a maximum. When we are talking about a maximum value, then it means max function is used to check the maximum value. Maximum value basically means which one of these has the maximum value. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 and so on. So what you can see that here the maximum value is of 7. So the answer coming is over here is 7. Next we have used a print function where I am using absolute value of 42. I have written as 42, so I am getting the absolute value as 42. If I had written as 42.0, so it will also give me the absolute value as 42. If I had written as 42.5, you can check this out. If I had written as 42.5, so it will give me a result that is a 43 value because it has rounded off the value to the absolute number. Next kind of function that Python provides us is the sum function. Basically, the sum function is used to add all the numbers that are provided in a list. We are saying it as a list because we have defined it in a square brackets. So it is adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 total, so that we are getting the result as 22. These are the numeric functions available in Python. Guys, I think you must be clear about how do we use functions, whether we are dictionary functions, string function, numeric functions, or how we can define them, how we can use them. So guys, if you like my content, do like it, and also in the description link you can view my website as well as my Instagram page where you can visit and also connect to me, and also you can see the detailed notes. So guys, if you like my video, do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.